the majority in this country, they probably get killed at a higher rate with numbers, but not per capita.
But what they should say, Bun, is white poor people get shot as much as black and brown. White poor people, rich people, they get away with it.
Yeah, it's a condition in America. If you're looked at as less than in this country, no matter what your color is, you got problems.
I'm going to tell you something. I seen something today, and I tell everybody on here, go check it out. Steve Rifkin, one of my mentors, on his Instagram. His wife is black. His kids are half black, half white. His son posted something. He got two sons. His son posted, hey, I'm half black. I identify as a black man, but I look white. And anytime he had an interaction with the cops, he was like, hey, buddy, no problem. Cross over here, know this. Meanwhile, Steve Rifkin's other son, half black, half white, that looks black. Steve Rifkin's son saying, I watched the police treat my brother, my blood brother, same mother, same father, different than me because he's dark-skinned. Oh, this is the deepest shit I ever seen in my life, man. And he says, so I watched my mother have to explain to my brother stuff that they would never even explain to me. Like, yo, you color, when the cops stop you, put your hands on the car, know how to talk. This is his brother. Same mother, same father. He was just born light-skinned white, and his brother brown-skinned. I've never seen nobody talk like that in my life. And I'm sitting there, and he's just like, yo, look, it just ain't the same. It ain't the same. They treat him different because he looks white. They treat his brother a different way. And that's the realest shit I ever seen. Dealing with racism and dealing with what we dealing with today. And the speeches they gave his brother, they never had to give him. It's sad, but it's true.
And it's a level of awareness that he has for it too, like you said, because he's watching his mother tell his brother, because you got brothers, your mama come in there, look, both of y'all, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, both of y'all. With the two boys, one with the lighter skinned boy and one with the darker skinned boy. They got to have different instructions on how to move in life.
I never seen no shit like that in my life. It was probably the realest shit I ever seen.
By the crib, the signal gets bad. We live in a strange time, but I got hope. I stand out there in front of those 60,000 people, and I see the diversity that the city of Houston has, and it gives me hope. It gives me hope for the future. Because I get out there and we do all of this because we want it to be better for our children. I'm a grandfather now. I got 6 grandkids. I want a better life for them. My son just came to the realization this weekend with all of this happening that as the father of black children, that his kids could die just for being black. He never had to like. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So he never had to have that conversation. Look, when you drive to the store and all of that, like we used to have with them. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt him to his heart that's the world that his children have to grow up in. And I told him, I said, look, this is why it's important for me to move a certain way. I can't just tell you about these things. I have to move a certain way so you can see how I move. So that you know, God forbid, if you still have to deal with this 10, 15, 20 years from now, that you know how to move in front of your children. Because you can tell your children good shit all the time, but that don't mean they're going to listen. But when they see you move a certain way, that's what they're going to imitate.
You know, my father, I watched my father wasn't a tough guy. My father ain't a gangster. My father's always a hard-working man, a baker, carpenter. One night, we left the Chinese restaurant when I was a kid, maybe 8 years old. And I watched the police pull my father over. And they asked him for license registration. He gave it to him, but he's Cuban. He's talking in Spanish. So they asked him, he said, me no speak English. And they saying, this is America. Tell me in English. He's like, me no speak English. And he's like, no, this is fucking America. Answer me in English. He gave him his license and registration. I watched it on a rainy day. Them take my father out the car, handcuffed him, and put him in jail because he didn't know English, bro. You know, we watch shit like this all the time. We can go on forever with police harassment. But I think now we have to stop asking people, what do we do now? What do we do? No, let's do. Let's change the legislation. Let's do what we got to do to get this shit right now. The white people, I'm looking at TV now. The white people acting like they with us, fuck it. Let them be with us right now. Let's get some laws passed to protect brown and black people.
Period.
And we got to go vote as if our lives depended on it.
And here's the problem with the voting, right? I was telling people the other day, if all you ever saw was bad, right? It's going to be very hard for people to convince you that there's good. That's the problem with politicians. It's hard to convince people that there's a good candidate to vote for when all they've ever seen are bad politicians. You know? It's the same thing for people with privilege. That's why they're so shocked when they see these crimes happen to black people, because they have no frame of reference. All they've ever seen is a good, privileged life, living in the bubble, you know what I'm saying, going to, you know, do whatever it is they do in their life. They never have those interactions with the police. The police are always friendly. They're helpful. They give them directions. They carry groceries to the car, all of that type of shit. And so when you tell them that there are crooked police in America that kill people, they're shocked. It's hard for them to believe that because they've never seen it.
I got friends that are privileged. They got money, and they looking at me like I'm crazy and I try to explain to them. I say, yo, people are poor, man. People ain't got no money. People getting beat up. People been getting harassed. But for like 100 years, and now they all speaking up. And I'm like, yo, they rioting, they this. I said, yo, bro, they've been oppressed for too long. And I said, you and me, we talk about what lobster we gonna eat, or where we're going on vacation.
How do you like your steak? You know what I'm saying?
They ain't got no shit like that.
Their worst problem would be like, yo, you think we can get a table tonight? Type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go to dinner with people and, you know, motherfuckers are fighting to throw that black card on the table to pay for dinner. People don't see that. Poor people don't see that. Poor people don't have to decide where they're going to get dinner. They got to decide how they're going to get dinner.
Man, let me tell you the legendary interview when Tupac was telling the guy, hey, man, we could walk in that hotel room over there and they look like Thanksgiving. And they throwing salamis in there. We like, we hungry, let us see. And then we come back another week, we starving, and you still having food parties and you telling us you ain't got nothing. Now like, we hungry. We hungry. He said, wait a month, come back for that food. It's like, motherfucker, I'm going to pick the lots and start blasting. Give me some food. It's like, and right now, it's not just about Big George as much as it is. It's about a whole spectrum of things. You got 40 million people without work. You got poor health care. You got lack of opportunity. And police harassment and brutality and fucked up laws. So all this shit together is like a melting pot of, hey, there's so many different elements out there. Just causing a disturbance to letting us know we need a change in the system.
But we got to fight for that change because oppressed people have never been given justice. Everything they've ever wanted in this world, they got to fight for that shit. They're not going to give us what we want. That's why we have to march. We have to stand up. Look at Minneapolis. If they hadn't started doing what they did in the city of Minneapolis, that cop might still not even be in prison, in jail.
He wouldn't have been in jail. Not Mike. He wouldn't have been in jail. I think the whole adding the gas to the fire was that first press conference they had. They were like, well, we're looking at different evidence that makes us feel a different, like, people were like, oh, no. We ain't going for that shit. Like
you need more evidence. No, you don't need more evidence.
Not this time. And you saw them trying to finesse it so the cop don't get in trouble. Now,
and they're still finessing it with the other three. They still finessing it with the other three.
Aubrey, those two white men don't go to jail.
Facts.
So it's like, we got no choice but to do this shit. Now, where I have a problem, not a small problem, a big problem. And I know how to be broke. I know I've robbed, I've stole, I've hustled. I am wrong of everything. But burning down our communities and robbing our communities so that the businesses don't come back, I don't see it, Bun. I cannot agree with it. Now, I know if I'm 17, 18, bro, I'd probably be with them niggas. Not probably, I would be with them.
That's what I said. 20-year-old Bun B would have been in them streets. Know that.
Me too. Right? But I'm wise enough to know, damn, man, a month from now, the hood gonna be fucked up. Burnt down. We done scared off some. In Philly, they started the shit. Philly got the gun license. Them white boys stood in front of their businesses with them AR-15s like, I dare y'all motherfuckers come loot this shit. What they did, they made a U-turn. They went to Germantown, and they broke into black and brown businesses and fucked their hood up. Because they couldn't get in there because those guys had the machine guns.
Right.
So, like, that's all I'm saying is, like, I'm not going to lie to people. You got the innocent protesters in the morning, and then you got motherfuckers waiting for 9 o'clock to hit to go break into Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and everything else. And it's making us look crazy.
But you know, Joe, that's where we are when it comes to self-worth, right? We live in a time where if you don't have, high brand luxury clothes on, if you don't have that belt and them shoes and that shirt and the jewelry, then you don't have no value, right? Your life is not lit. It's not all the way up for you. You know what I'm saying? And so it don't surprise me that that's immediately what they go for, right? Because it's all about reclaiming your humanity and your dignity. But so many young people in inner cities, their dignity and the way they present themselves to the world is not by character, right? It's by presentation. And so that's why they go straight to that. Like, I've been denied this. I'm finna go break in the Gucci store. Now I'm somebody. You know what I'm saying? Now it's good. It's good for me now. it's a complex situation, man. Like, we got a lot of things.
I never knew, right? Because I see certain celebrities trying, right? Certain celebrities are just like way out of reach, where they've been so big for so long, they so rich. And I thought, being that they grew up poor, we championed them, we happy for them. So they turn around, and they usually, because there's a lot of them who have never spoke up on these issues before, that are trying to say, you know what? I see what's going on. Let me post something. And I see everybody attacking them. Like, fuck you, you've been rich your whole life. You've been this and this and that. I seen that happen to LL Cool J, my idol. Yo, you've been rich your whole life, motherfucker, since you 16. Fuck that. Don't talk about shit, this and this. And I'm like, sitting there and said, damn. So now if somebody done made it out the hood, worked their ass off, I'm starting to see that there's a certain element of people within our own people that are mad that they're successful.
Well, they mad both ways, right? They mad both ways. If you ain't getting money, you a broke boy. You know what I'm saying? And they ridicule you for that. They harass you for that. If you're getting too much money, you know what I'm saying? Are you out of touch with the hood? You know what I'm saying? So it's a fucked up dynamic that we have with each other in the inner cities. You know, we don't lift up the poor, and we don't give credit for the ones that made it the right way. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes, you know, outside all this police brutality, because obviously those are things that we don't do anything to incite the violence with police against us, right? Nobody wants a cop to kill them, right? Not anybody in their right mind with their sanity, right? But we got a funny dynamic within ourselves that we got to come to terms with. You know what I'm saying? Because if we want the world to treat us as equals, we got to tear down some of these walls within our respective communities and teach each, you know, and value each other as equals. You know, only time we get mad is when somebody else attacks us. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a big problem when we attack each other.
Nah, we got
it's that mentality of.
We have a very, and I said it yesterday, and I don't want to sound crazy, but we have a set of rules that are very hypocritical within our own community, right? So, motherfucker could be doing fucked up in the community, but we've been oppressed so long as black and brown people that even though we know this motherfucker, even though we love his music, we love, but we know he's fucked up. And you know what? We turn that cheek no matter what, because we like, nah, Bill Cosby he ain't do that. OJ ain't kill that lady. You know, and there's levels of that shit in our life, in our culture. You understand what I'm saying? Where we should learn to be more accountable of our own and be able to call out our own when they doing the wrong shit. You know what I mean? And not just behind this hypocritical shit. You know? And that's gotta stop too. But I know that's deep. That's a whole
other conversation.
Yeah, that's a deep one. That's like an onion.
We're talking about external shit right now. We're talking about external shit. We start getting into the internal shit, we'll be here all night.
Oh no, the internal shit is crazy, dude. So but I said to myself, right? I looked at they fucking up. They fucked up the Bronx yesterday. I wasn't cool with them fucking up nothing. Not downtown, not the white areas. I swear to God, I wasn't cool. I'm older now, baby. I wasn't cool with them fucking up nothing. Right? But now, okay. Now you gonna come in the hood, fuck up the whole Fordham Road, burn shit, break shit up. I'm like, yo, bro, this shit is crazy, man.
You know, like I know, when you get like into the hood, right? into the hood. You got people who only ever buy their sneakers and clothes from this store. They don't go to the mall. They don't go into the city. They have only ever shopped for clothes, like for them, for their girl, for their kids. You know, I don't know if in New York if it's a Dr. J's or a Jimmy Jazz or whatever.
Here in Miami, they looted Danny Shoe Galleries, the nicest guy in the world. If
Danny's
you don't
a great
have the
dude.
$10, he'll give you the shit. He'll give you anything. They wiped them out. Like, so there is no rules to nothing. They like, yo, it's fuck that. We just gonna rob that shit.
But people always lash out at the people closest to them. Like, that's a human trait. Like, if you're angry on 1st Street, you're not going to drive all the way to 145th Street to release that anger. You're going to let that shit out before you get to 2nd Street. That's the human condition. Yeah. Like, I'm mad right here, right now. I want to fight somebody right here, right now. It takes a lot to contain a certain level of anger and hold it and maintain it. Right? That takes a certain special kind of person. I got a problem with you. I'm finna handle it with you right here, right now. That's a human condition, right? That's natural. That's as natural as breathing. You know, like I know, it takes a while for somebody to play it cool, play it calm, wait for the right moment, the right place at the right time, and then make that move in a calculated way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a totally different way of moving. You know that, and I know that. There's only a few people. Yep. There's only a few people who can move like that. Mm-hmm. Right? Be like, you know what? I know he tripped out right now. I know I got to do him something, but I'm gonna wait. Because right now, if I do it, I might get jammed up. Mm-hmm. But I know he like to go roller skating on Saturday.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. I've been in those situations.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I had problems with dudes I couldn't wait to catch. And then when I caught him, it was at like a political, like a Michael Jordan event where, Michael Jordan's there. Like, everybody. And I'm like, yo, Joe, you're going to look like the worst guy in the world if you beat the brakes out this guy that you've been looking for 5 years. But he's in the right spot where you can't do it. Where you got to be like, all right, bro. Next time.
Yeah, you lucked up. But again, this is older us. This is us knowing how the world, understanding the world a little bit different. Understanding repercussions. Understanding, how many people are responsible for us. What our priorities are. You know what I'm saying? And so, but again, like 19, 20-year-old me riding around with a bunch of guns, some of them stolen, smoking formaldehyde, smoking like fried dip. I was sharing whatever you want to call it.
Screw. You really fucked up now.
Yeah, no, you got a problem. And I'm probably not even going to know what I did till 2 days later.
Facts. Nah, I know. I would have been there. Bun, you talking to the wrong guy. So, it's horrible. And I'm trying to break it down to people, but I understand where they're coming from. They hurting. They ain't got no money. They never had shit. So they're like, yo, this is our opportunity to go rob some shit. I get it. But
and that's how I fight back.
It is so. If we going George, and they keep robbing this shit, burning everything down, robbing, stealing, looting. It's like George. Looting, look, and it changes the narrative. You know what I'm saying? It changes the narrative.
And that's what they count on. That's what they're counting on. Because they deal in misdirection anyway, right? The powers that be deal in misdirection anyway. When the bad guy has the power to look like the good guy, you got problems. So all they do is play it cool, play it calm, let you lash out, change the narrative. Now nobody's worrying about why you're stealing, why you're mad, why you're angry. All they care about is, well, you didn't have to do that. You shouldn't have done that. Look, if the DA arrests these dudes and charge these dudes when this happens, America would be cool as a fan right now.
You think when it happened?
Yeah.
Now, if they arrest him tonight or tomorrow, do you think all this will stop?
I don't think so, because it's the straw that broke the camel's back. You have to understand, and I'm sure you get it, this ain't just about George Floyd, right? This is that, see, I told you, because there's video now, you know? And people tried to protest peacefully. They didn't want nobody to catch a knee. You're disrespecting the country. You're disrespecting the flag. You're disrespecting the troops. You know what I'm saying?
Kaepernick was kneeling peacefully. They got on him. They made a bigger deal about Kaepernick. And it's like, yo, he's kneeling, he's protesting in a positive way, but you have a problem with it.